Dear Villanova.
Dear Villanova.
Dear Villanova.
Dear Villanova, thank you for the most memorable 4 years of my life.
Thank you for accepting me into this wonderful community and allowing me to grow as a person, player, and student.
Thinking back on my time here spent at Villanova, I've met so many special people that have made an impact on my life.
Being a part of a team that has not only challenged me physically, but also mentally, and provided me with an unforgettable experience with memories and lifelong friendships.
At the end of the day, everything in life is about memories. The friends we made became our friends because of the memories we made together.
I can't imagine what my college career would have looked like if I hadn't been introduced to my teammates who ended up becoming my best friends.
I have seen what real love is and how much of it there is on this campus. The Villanova community always surpassed my expectations because I couldn't believe how great our community really is.
I remember the first time I sat down at Villanova with my parents and Father Rob on my recruiting visit, and from that moment on, I knew there was something special about Villanova.
We were encouraged to live by the Augustinian values of Unitas, Veritas, and Caritas. Villanova's community is unlike any other, and I feel blessed to have this exceptional experience.
I'm grateful to be in the presence of such a commendable community. The character of the individuals here make Villanova truly a special university.
Thank you for giving me a chance to embody what it means to be a Wildcat.
As I prepare for my next chapter in life, I know that I will forever have a home here at Villanova University.
The core of the Villanova experience is that it becomes your second home and second family. And even though we all go our separate ways in the end, we all share this common experience that will never be taken away from us.
The memories of our victories and defeats, the laughter and the tears will always hold a special place in my heart.
To my teammates, thank you for being one of the major reasons I look forward to softball every day. Thank you for being there for my highs, my lows, and everything in between. If I could go back in time, I would do everything all over again. So thank you, Villanova, for the best 4 years of my life.
As a proud Villanovan, I want to say thank you to the strength staff, the training staff, and all the academic support that I've received over the past 4 years.
It is clear that the entire university is here together to support one another and truly wants to see the best for each and every student.
Thank you, Villanova, for teaching me so many valuable lessons and giving me a community of Wildcats I get to be a part of forever.
I'm so glad to have spent these 4 years here because I couldn't possibly fathom growing up anywhere else. Thank you, Villanova, for helping me believe that there's nothing I can't do.
There's only so much emotion that I can express through words. So simply put, thank you, Villanova.
I'm extremely grateful to be able to call myself a Wildcat for life.
Villanova will always be a representation of what values I wish to live and hold close to my heart. And as we always say, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. Go Cats.
Good stuff. Thank you, everybody, for taking part in that video. It's always special to see you guys come together tonight. This is one of my favorite events in the whole year, and I've mentioned this to a few of you, not to be overly dramatic, but as I think about my entire life, if I could go back and bottle up one period of time, I think it would have been the last few weeks of my senior year at college. And I know it's emotional, you're saying goodbye, but just soak it up. Soak every minute of this up, being together, the friendships, all that was just mentioned in that video. Don't take it for granted for 1 second. Have a blast. I can't thank you enough as, I get to be your athletic director and you make my job really, really easy. So tonight, I honestly want to just share my sincere gratitude. 180 commencement exercises here at Villanova. This is the 180th class to graduate from Villanova. And literally we have people live streaming in from all over the world tonight to be a part of this because you're a really big deal. You're a really big deal. But it doesn't happen, tonight doesn't happen without a ton of coordination and effort and energy led by none other. I can get this out of the way first. Allison Vanella, thank you for all your leadership, all that you've done for this class. Alicia and Erica from Student Athlete Development, David Berman, who is an absolute rock star. Many of you probably don't even know who David is unless he works with one of your programs, but I don't think he sleeps. This guy puts in so much effort around the clock. David Berman, Jake Witten, Janine Shao, Josh Igo, Chuck, Jason, Maya, Patrick, Lauren, and James, all the whole intern operation. Charles, Tara, Chef John, thank you for putting on a great spread as always. Father Peter, thank you for being a part of tonight. And your office and your support goes without saying. And we're also lucky enough to have Father Rob Hagan, the prior provincial of the Augustinian Order, here tonight. So, Father, thank you for being involved as well. They're here because you're a really big deal, so thank you again. All right, I'm going to go through this because I want to get through this without missing anybody. And I forgot to mention 2 people already. This is the danger of this. So text me. Everybody has my number. Text me if I forget anybody. Austin Yair and Taylor Stricko, too. They're putting on the videos. They're doing all the multimedia. Let's give it up for those 2 folks. They do an unbelievable job. Have to thank all of our head coaches. They're the reason why you're here. They identify talent from all over the world, not only to help us compete and to win, but student athletes that understand our culture and our environment and the academic rigors. So if I could just have all the head coaches stand up and be recognized tonight, thank you. And I am going to call some of these coaches out because we have a head coach of our women's swimming and diving team that has won 10 straight Big East titles, Rick Simpson. How about, It hasn't taken Denise Dillon long with our women's basketball program, selling out the pavilion on their way to a Sweet 16 this year. Coach Dillon, way to go. Coach Batchelor, women's lacrosse, set a new team record. The winningest team in history under her leadership this year. Thank you, Coach. Jim Wilkes with our golf program. Jim has taken it to new heights. We had back-to-back tournament wins for the first time, and the future's really bright. Coach Wilkes, where are you? There you go. Thanks, Coach. This is one of the legendary Villanovans. Never mind what he's accomplished on the track and through cross country, but Marcus O'Sullivan and his staff were named Big East Coach of the Year for the fall. And Coach Orchard secured her 900th career win this past season. So congrats to those coaches. Okay, none of that happens without you, right? None of those awards, none of those accomplishments. You truly are, to me, the greatest group of student athletes in the country, the class of 2023. Math, for anybody that knows me, has never really been a strong suit. But I want to throw a few statistics your way. And understanding that eligibility right now is all over the place. If you ask me how many years of eligibility you have left, I have no idea. I know some of you guys are coming back, some of you guys are graduating, some of you moving on. But nonetheless, this class of 2023, I want you to keep this in perspective. How many, just throw out a guess, how many teenagers do you think participated in high school athletics in our country last year? Throw out a number. All right, a lot? How many? How about 7.9 million? 7.9 million teenagers took part in high school athletics. All right, so listen. Anybody want to throw a number at how many student athletes are there participating in Division I this year? 1%? 300,000? 520,000. Okay, so there's 520,000 Division I student athletes. Okay, so you're a part of a 0.05% of what you get to do, playing Division I athletics. Now, go one step further with me, okay? When you guys were recruited here, you were part of a application pool of how many people do you think? Any ideas? 23,000. You know how many were accepted? 1,600. Do you know how many are in the room tonight? Do you know how many of you are in the room that remain tonight? 148. Do that math. 148, that's 0.06%. You are the best of the best at what you do. You're the elite of the elite. Don't take that for granted. And think about this. Not only did you have to compete with, starting with 7.9 million other athletes, right? You endured, practiced, competed, thrived during a global pandemic. Nobody in the history of our country has ever had to do that. You did it. You did it. You ignited meaningful social justice reform throughout our entire campus community through difficult conversations, shared experiences, and the launch of meaningful platforms and programming. I want to recognize tonight our Unitas leadership who has truly made Villanova a better place to come to school. It's our 13% leadership group, Faith Robinson, Joya McKinney. Thank you for all that you've done. Every Mind Matters, Gray Ricka and Woj, thank you for your leadership. Women's Empowerment, Hannah Barsky, Nina Manello, Olivia Kraus, thank you for all your leadership. And our Athlete Ally group led by Lily Alisea and Kara Dempsey, thank you. Thank you for all you do. The best of the best. Academically, you had unprecedented success. You're part of a proud tradition of 40 straight semesters with an overall GPA of 3.0 or better. Your graduating class, this group in here, has a cumulative GPA of 3.44. You have no idea what percentage that puts you in. You're the best of the best in the country at what you do in the classroom. 50% of the class of 2023 right here are graduating with honors. That's a 3.5 or above. 37 student athletes graduating cum laude, 3.5 plus. 22 student athletes graduating magna cum laude, 3.75 plus. And 11 student athletes graduating summa cum laude with a 3.9 plus GPA. Yeah. How about that? 51 student athlete selections to national all-academic teams, 345 honorees on conference all-academic teams, 545 selections to the athletic director's honor roll, and there's more to come. Not all the academics have been announced for 22-23. We'll hear more of those as the week unfolds, so these numbers will only continue to go up. Let's give it up for Jen Brophy and her entire team, the best at what they do in the country. And while we celebrate each and every one of you for your academic success, there is someone I want to especially recognize this evening. This student athlete is graduating with a cumulative 4.0 GPA. Cumulative. Every semester we recognize student athletes with a 4.0 GPA for that marking period. This individual has achieved that 8 semesters in a row. Not to mention being on the Dean's List, Athletic Director's Honor Roll every semester, and the Big East All-Academic Team every year. He was inducted into the Beta Gamma Sigma Honor Society for International Business, and he's going to earn his Bachelor of Business Administration with a double major in Finance and Accountancy. Beyond graduation, he also has a job lined up as an investment banking analyst at Lazard. Let's all give a special recognition. Get on up here from the golf program, Luke Alexander. Come on up, Luke.
Hey, Coach. So I just wanted to say thank you to Chuck Davis and everybody in the academic advising role. You guys have been incredible help with our traveling and all of our tournaments, reaching out to coaches. And I want to say thank you so much, Coach, for all your flexibility and your understanding, not only to myself, but to the other guys on the team and our academics. So thank you guys all so much.
Thank you. Okay, so we've covered the way you've handled competition, right? Competition, just playing Division I athletics, getting into Villanova, crushing it in the classroom. But how about the way you've embraced competing for your team? Is there anything better than winning, Father Peter? Is there anything better than winning? Just being. How about 25 national postseason appearances from 12 different sports? And what was more exciting this year than being right here in the Finn to watch women's basketball advance to the Sweet 16? This senior class has won 15 conference championships, produced 33 individual conference titles. 20 teams have played in their conference tournaments. As mentioned, we're so proud of our women's swimming and diving team with 10 straight Big East titles. On an individual level, congratulations to our 128 all-conference selections and to our student athletes who have combined to set 11 school records. And just this past weekend, congratulations to our men's track and field team, which had 2 seniors on our 4x800 meter relay, which broke a 36-year-old Villanova stadium record. Congrats, Sean Dolan and Miller Anderson. Way to go. Awesome. Awesome. Again, we've talked numbers, we've talked achievements, we've talked accolades, and of course, the winning. And you've done it all. You really have. And you're ready for whatever the world could ever possibly throw at you. Think about what you've been through. Think about it. Think about your journey. Whatever it throws at you, you're going to be able to handle it. But the crowning jewel, and I mean this with all sincerity, and I love to win, but it's not the most important thing. The crowning jewel, your most enduring achievement, is that you always did everything with class and integrity. The Villanova across the front of your chest was always way more important than the name on the back or any individual accolades. When I think about your journey here, and I didn't have one of you ever in my office. I was trying to think of it today, like who has been in any kind of trouble, didn't represent us the right way, traveling, and we screw it up sometimes. But this class in particular, I couldn't recall one. Now, don't remind me if you were in my office or something, but this is what makes our community so special. It's the way you represent in all facets. You're not here just to be a student athlete. You're here to represent Villanova, and now you get to do it for the rest of your life. And that doesn't happen by accident. It starts at the top with leadership from Father Peter. He truly is the best president in all of higher education, and I don't say that lightly, and it's not because of just the academics or the facilities or the way he's raised money, all that kind of stuff. It's just the way that he cares about people, and he cares for each and every one of you. I meet with him on a bi-weekly basis, and he genuinely wants to know everything that's going on in this world because he cares so much. So really fortunate to have you here tonight, the rock of our university, Father Peter Donahue.
Well, thank you. I'm not sure what I should add to all of that. My God. It was like but many of you have been in my office, so, like we won't name any names, but Mark told me to have fun tonight. So let's have some fun. First of all, congratulations to all of you. And I know that, the days, for many of you, the days of early morning workouts, afternoon workouts, weekend travel, missing a lot of activities at the university have come to an end. And I actually had the opportunity of working out. I wouldn't call what I did working out, but watching them. But the swimming team was usually downstairs in the Tally Center when I was upstairs. They have the worst music that I've ever heard. I mean, it would be working out to... It's like, God, really? It was terrible. And I noticed the natural spotlight that was on Mark went away. And then Rick Simpson, as wonderful a coach as he is, he was never there at 6 o'clock in the morning. Rick, where are you? And you usually showed up around 7 with a coffee in your hand. And I said, are you working out with them? And you went, and then you walked out, and it was like really, really interesting. And then the football team would come in, guys, you'd all leave the West Campus. Who has that car, that yellow car? Who is, are you here, the yellow car owner? I'm gonna kill you if you're here. But he has this yellow car that makes a lot of noise in the morning when he revs it up and leaves. You know who I'm talking about? You all know who I'm talking about. And then, you leave from the West Campus and you all go running out of there. And then, again, at the Tally Center, Coach Ferrante would come around with an iced coffee And everybody's down there lifting weights, and I was like, you need to lift a few weights, Mark. And he would be like, I'm having iced coffee. So, where are you, Mark? Yeah, there you are, back there. Last row. And then for the track team, what are you showing up there? For the track team, Marcus O'Sullivan, I live on the West Campus, and there were these guys working out on the West Campus soccer field in the morning, and Marcus was in my kitchen drinking coffee. Great job, coaches. You know, you deserve a lot of credit. Thankfully, the women were never there, you know. All of the women are wonderful coaches. So, but you asked me to have fun, I'm having fun. So I'm dishing all the coaches tonight. So just remember, guys, who signs your paychecks, okay? So as we come together. But I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you. I was watching the video earlier and seeing all of you say, thank you, Villanova, thank you, Villanova, thank you, Villanova. Villanova needs to thank you. I mean, for the years that you've been here, for the times you've dedicated to here, for the practices you've had, for the playing you've had, for the things, the programs you've been involved in, for all of the things you do. As much as you would like to thank Villanova, Villanova needs to thank you. You have been incredible representatives of this institution. You've done wonderful things. You've had some terrific games and experiences on your courts and in the boats and in the fields and everything that you do. And so Villanova offers you a debt of gratitude for the way you have represented the university, but more so how you've exemplified the university. I know for many of you, this sport will come to an end when you graduate. You may never compete in the same way again. And that's got to be hard for all of you. I mean, you've done it for so long, through grade school, high school, now college, and you're looking at it and saying, like, this will be the last time that I may do this. But I want you to know that for us, it's never the last time. You have made an impact on this university. Whether your names are on some Hall of Fame or whether they're not, you have made a difference in this place because you have been the face and the voice and the spirit and the energy of Villanova throughout the country, through so many different places, through so many different sites. You have really been what Villanova stands for. And so I ask all of you, as you continue to move on from here, to be what Villanova has taught you to be people who live the truth, and I mean that, live the truth, be truthful with yourself and with those around you, to be people who come together and create a community that is united together, and that makes sure that everything you do is dedicated out of love for other people, so that you continue, whether you're wearing Villanova across your chest or whether you're wearing it on a hat or whether you're wearing it at a logo, that you continue to be Veritas, Unitas, and Caritas to everyone you meet. In that way, you will continue to impact everybody with what Villanova stands for. So on behalf of the administration, the Augustinians, the faculty, the staff, and the many students that you know and experience and sit with in class day in and day out, thank you for being such great representatives of Villanova University. Congratulations.
I forgot to mention Greg Caruccio over here too, our photographer who does everything for us. He's always around. Greg, thank you. It's caught my eye. All right. So here comes the rest of the evening. Let me just find it here. Senior watches. All right. Tonight, we'll honor our graduating student athletes with a gift on behalf of our entire athletic department. This gift is a memento to honor the outstanding efforts of the class of 2023. The watch is a gift only student athletes receive. Each student athlete will be called by their coach to the stage to receive their watch. Along with the watch, each student athlete will receive a Villanova Varsity Club pin. Well over 65 years ago, this tradition began When a Villanova athlete reached their senior year, they were inducted into an elite campus organization known as the Varsity Club. Members proudly wore a gold V pin indicating their affiliation and enjoyed the special camaraderie the club offered. Today's Varsity Club includes a roster of over 1,700 members, and the V pin you will receive tonight is a symbol that recognizes Villanova's academic success as well as its reputation of athletic excellence. Student athletes, as we get started, when you approach the stage, please enter to the left side and exit to the right. After you receive your watch, we ask that you stay to the right side of the stage for a group picture with your coach and teammates. That's that side over there. At this time, I'd like to invite our head women's soccer coach, Samara Zem, and head men's soccer coach, Tom Carlin, to the stage to announce their seniors and begin the senior watch presentation.
So congrats to all the seniors. It's quite an accomplishment to graduate from this university, and it's more about the way you do it and the way you handle yourselves. And you know, I've been here for 16 years, and I can say, you know, it's a privilege to work here because of the people that you know you surround yourself with, but also you all. It's just great seeing you every day, saying hi, and you know, congratulations on everything. This senior class has been more involved on campus than any senior class that I can remember, with their work on Unitas and just the way that they treat people on campus and the way that they treat each other in the locker room. It's been unbelievable. Went to the NCAA tournament, second round win, NCAA win, advanced to the second round, and Big East semifinals. But more importantly, just what they left to the, you know, underclassmen. They really showed them the way of what it's like to be a part of the men's soccer program. So here you go. Our seniors are Joshua Balluz, Victor Helgi Benediktsson, Marcus Brennis, Anthony Dragisits, Tomer Drimmer, Liam McKinnon, and Gray Ricka.
Congratulations to the class of 2023, and a personal congratulations to our women's soccer seniors. We as a staff had our first year here at Villanova, and it has been an absolute honor and privilege to have this class as our first class. And as this program rises, it will be because of the platform these young women set. They helped us establish what we believe will be a future legacy of winning, of competing with class and character, and of success on the field and in the classroom. So thank you for everything you've done for the program. Congratulations to Cece Fox and Megan McClay, who are not here with us. Our next seniors, Alexa Wonovich, Sarah Beidelman, Kelsey DeLola, Molly Shannon, Sophia Kreisa, Michaela Stadler. Thank you again. Congratulations, everyone.
Okay. Next in our presentation, I'd like to bring up our head men's track and field coach, Marcus O'Sullivan, head women's cross country track and field coach, Gina Procaccio.
I offered for Gina to come first with the ladies, so I just don't want you to be thinking I just jumped up here. Okay, all right. First of all, congratulations to everybody. Thanks to everybody, and I mean everybody, Father Peter, Father Rob, Lane, my athletic director, dear to me, Mark Jackson, academic support, medical. We would not be here without them, and I sometimes think we feel like a night like tonight just happens. It doesn't. There is so much energy and help that goes along the way to make it all happen. Our seniors tonight are Miller Anderson, Michael Kistonis, Ryan Cutter, Sean Dolan, Will Merritt, Matthias Powell, and Haftu Strenzo.
Okay. Every year they have the names here. So I was expecting the names here, but I can too. But first of all, congratulations to all the seniors. And thank you to, I know it's always something when I come up here to speak, but thank you. But I can look at them and say their names. But anyway, yeah, and of course, like Marcus said, thank you to Father Peter, Father Rob, Mark, Lynn, and all the administration and support staff. Of course, we wouldn't be where we are without all of you guys. So, and congratulations to my seniors, starting with Anna Helwig, Jane Livingston, Madison Martinez, Maggie Smith, Alexis Martin, Faith Robinson, and Jada Thomas.
Okay, next up, we're going to move forward with Coach Ferrante, football, and our field hockey coach, Joni Millhouse.
Thank you, Mark, for being nice and polite. Sorry. First of all, I want to thank Father Peter for everything that he has done for our program, for these current seniors. Thank Mark Jackson as well. He's been a huge support to our program, and I can't say enough about these seniors. I absolutely adore them. They have changed the culture of our program, and I will love them dearly forever. So here are our field hockey seniors. Hannah Barsky, Claire Borman, Shannon Drakely, Maggie Mick, and Caitlin Van Gooverden.
I'm not sure why we're doing it differently, but I guess you guys will come up when I call you. And first, I want to say congratulations to the entire graduating class of 2023. I will also add that other than the football team and track team and swimming team that actually has seen Father Peter in the weight room, I can verify that he is in the weight room working out. So Father Peter's doing a great job keeping his health up, and we're really proud of him for doing that. As far as our graduating class this year, I really want to thank these guys. They came in 2019 and bought into the culture that we're trying to build. We We've had a lot of success over the years, and my first couple years as head coach didn't really go according to plan for probably a lot of different reasons. But these guys came in and really followed the senior leadership that we had in place at the time, and we made it back to the playoffs their freshman year. And then obviously a lot of the guys in this room right now are a big reason for our 2021 CA championship. So I just want to thank you guys, congratulate you guys. For those that are coming back, we're excited for that. For those that are moving on, we wish you nothing but the very best, and we know you're going to be successful in everything that you decide to do. With that being said, starting out with Jaquan Allen, TD Ayodurajaye, D. Will Barley, Tim Brown, Jalen Goodman, Jaron Hayek, Jalen Howard, Wyatt Hummel, Jake Northrup, Matt O'Connor, CJ Presley, Rajon Pringle, Jaden Rowling, Josh Slay, Jack Stanton, Jake Walton, and Connor Watkins.
Okay, next up, head men's basketball coach Kyle Neptune and our head cheerleading coach Jamie Schroy.
Hello. First, I would like to thank Father Peter, Mark Jackson, and all of the athletic staff for all that they've done for all of our teams, and especially the cheerleading and mascot program this year. I'd also really love to thank Janine Shao for all of her hard work and dedication towards our program. To all the seniors here, congratulations. I wish you the best of luck in everything that you're doing next. I am especially honored to announce our cheerleading seniors and mascots. These individuals demonstrated consistent hard work, empathy, determination, and accountability, and most of all, kindness to their teammates and their coaches, and they will very much be missed this season. Our cheerleading seniors are Lily Alicia, Hallie Beach, Alyssa Christensen, Jacqueline Dorset, Kaden Johnson, Vanessa Long, Stephen O'Meara Jr., Haley Nofi, Alice Bano, and Miliana Vesperis. Our mascot seniors are Samuel Riveras and Kevin Carney.
Congratulations, class of 2023. This is a pretty unique year for us because all of our seniors are actually coming back. Justin Moore and Eric Dixon couldn't be with us today, but we have Chris Archidiakono.
Okay, next I'd like to welcome our head volleyball coach, Josh Steinbeck, and our head women's basketball coach, Denise Dillon.
All right. Well, congratulations to each and every one of you graduates. We're extremely proud, and we're counting on you all to be back at all of our events. I think what you're learning here at Villanova, no one celebrates better than Villanova. So thank you to Father Peter for leading the way in all of our efforts to make you feel special, because you know there's no better place. And this is the start of a wonderful week for you, a week you will remember forever, because not many schools take this time to recognize their senior athletes like we do. So enjoy this and enjoy the rest of the week, and especially the weekend with your graduation. Special senior for us, Brooke Mullen, our lone senior, who really did some tremendous things for us in her time. I'm so grateful that Brooke brought into a transition of coaches. I'm thankful to Harry, Joe, Laura, and Shanette for bringing her here to Villanova, for Brooke making the decision to come to this wonderful university, but for all that she has given, the example that she has set will carry forth forever. Some great things on and off the court, which she has done for our university, our program, and her fellow teammates will forever be remembered. So always cheering on our girl Brooke Mullen, and looking forward to bringing her back.
Keep it down here, okay. Thank you for, Father Peter, for not mentioning me in your comments earlier. I would also have been there around 7 with coffee. I know you don't, that's fine. Okay. I want to say something about this class and in general about Villanova students, student athletes that I come into contact with, is that you guys care about each other and about the department. And as the staff here knows, I've had a really trying couple of years personally, and I can tell you that this group of 4 of them have come in and checked on me, and that's meant a lot to me. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay. So with that said, 4 seniors: Anastasia Galinou, Kathleen Johnson, Belle Morgan, and Maddie Sheeter.
Yeah, I think I'd be remiss if I just didn't mention my thanks to Josh. He's in the middle of it right now with just a hard situation, and I think it's just a good reminder for all of us that we need to lean on each other. And we say it a lot around here. Villanova is great when things are going good, but it's even better when times are hard. And I hope you take that with you for the rest of your lives, that you can continue to lean on each other. Nobody has this all figured out, right? And we all need help, support. And Josh is a perfect example of leaning on this community in a time that he needs it. So, Josh, thank you again for all that you're doing for us. All right, next up, Rick Simpson with our swimming and diving program, and Michael Gordon with our water polo program.
I'm going to start with our men's swimming and diving program, a group of guys who I have had the pleasure to work with for the last 4 years. As wonderful as it has been, I'm actually looking forward to the next phase of their lives, which is where they go from being athletes to truly being friends and family. And I think that goes for all of our athletes here. When you leave here this week, you're still Villanova, and we can't wait to see you guys back here. Just in a different phase of your life. Men's swimming and diving graduating seniors: Kevin Geist, Luke Greiner, Reed Hutcherson, Ryan Marr, and Jake McIntyre. The women's swimming and diving graduating seniors have the distinct honor of graduating, having captured 4 Big East Conference championships, sweeping all 4 years. Caitlin Gravel, Maggie Kleinsmith, Abby Mastrantoni, Brenna McLaughlin, Danielle Scarano, and Perry Stahl.
I'm proud to announce the 4 seniors from the Villanova women's water polo team tonight. Allie Hansen, Joy McKinney, Emily Morrissey, and Lauren Picard.
Okay, we're going to switch gears here. Really important award for our community, the Sister Mary Margaret Cribben Award. And this award was established by Villanova Athletics in 1985 to honor an outstanding male and female student athlete each year. Sister Mary Margaret Cribben was a campus stable for decades, a member of the Mercy Sisters RSM order. She was a beloved sister and faculty member who taught countless student athletes during her years at Villanova. Sister Cribben would often offer support, care, and concern throughout her many roles on campus, and most especially for the student athletes who she was often seen cheering for on the sidelines. She was always around, always a source of inspiration for everyone within Villanova athletics. The recipients of the Sister Cribben Award are described as the student athletes who unselfishly sacrifice time, effort, body, and soul to lead and motivate their teammates in excelling for Villanova University through inspiration. I'd like to invite head softball coach Bridget Orchard to the stage to present the 22-23 female Sister Cribben Award recipient.
Well, thank you so much for everything that everybody in this room has done. I am so honored and blessed to be up here to introduce to you guys the Sister Mary Margaret Cribben Award winner, Victoria Sebastian. And I was going to wing it and just talk about her, but I probably get too emotional, and I don't want to keep you guys here all night. So I did write it out. I'm not as good a speaker as Father Peter or as Mark, and I'm going to save you guys by not winging it. So I'm going to read it a little bit, so apologize if I get a little emotional doing this. But as Mark just said, the student athlete who unselfishly sacrifices time, effort, body, and soul to lead and motivate his or her teammates in excelling for Villanova University through inspiration. This is exactly how I would describe this year's Sister Mary Margaret Cribben Award winner, Victoria Sebastian. We are so lucky that we got front row seats these last 4 years to watch her work. She has overcome so many challenges and adversity. She has a story to tell, but it's her story, so I'm not going to get into the details of anything specific. But what I can tell you about Victoria is she's the ultimate teammate, honest, hardworking, and committed. She even inspires us as coaches. She has continuously put the team first and works as hard as possible to make sure everyone is successful both on and off the field. A true leader by example, she gives everything she has, often showing up early and staying late for practices, which I know many of you do as well. Equally, she was always working on her academics. Many times you'll see her early in the morning. I don't know if you'll see her in the weight room, but you probably will. But she's also studying all the time in the hotels, in the airports, in the lobbies, buses, in the campus. She can be found all day working hard on her homework. She's trustworthy, one that gets along with everyone on the team. She's one who most people confide in, including our coaching staff. She's been through so many ups and downs, both on and off the field, so she's been a great leader to share experience with younger teammates to help them mentally and physically. She would do anything for Villanova, her team, and her teammates. She's been willing to sacrifice her own playing time for the better of the team. She outworks everyone on and off the field. In all my years coaching, I've never been more impressed with a player's work ethic and drive. Starting from high school all the way through now to her senior year in college, she's overcome obstacles and proven that hard work pays off. She works just as hard for herself as she does for her teammates to play her own position. Last season, we often pinch hit for her, and she's the first person to high-five her pinch hitter or cheer her on. She's genuinely happy for other people's successes. She's the first to say, "I can do better," when she makes an error or strikes out. She never makes excuses, blames others, and always self-reflecting and getting better every day. If you ask anyone on our team who works the hardest, they would say Victoria. In her first year, she was often on the bench having to cheer teammates on because of her lack of hitting that kept her out of the lineup. She never pouted, complained, or felt bad for herself. She just worked and worked and worked and worked. I've never seen anyone more dedicated and committed to becoming successful. She was on the first ever Big East championship team, and the following year she took the role of the starting first baseman, leading the team to another Big East championship. She was recruited as a pitcher and a hitter, but defied all odds, and last season became the first ever NFCA Golden Glove Award winner at first base. Victoria is the best in the nation, a Division I softball player in her position. Her hard work had paid off. To watch her journey on the field has been impressive. All while doing this, she received many 4.0s in the classroom, academic honors in the business school, major in accounting. She was just awarded one of the top business school honors, the Bartley Medallion. This is taken directly from Victoria's letter from Dr. Joyce Russell. It's awarded annually by faculty of the school in recognition of outstanding achievement in a specific discipline. It's the highest distinction the school can bestow upon you as a graduating student and serves as a visible reflection of the significant contribution made by you to the life of the school community. I'm honored and blessed to have coached Victoria Sebastian, and I couldn't be more proud of what she's done for this program. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations again, Victoria. I'd now like to invite Marcus O'Sullivan back to the stage to present the 22-23 male recipient of the Sister Mary Cribben Award.
It is my pleasure and a privilege to help award this person tonight with the Mary Margaret Cribben Award. Mary Margaret was like St. Teresa to me. I used to see her in the library when I was in college here, and she's a very, very special person. I've only nominated 2 people in my 25 years as a coach, and this person tonight is undoubtedly very worthy of this award. I want to tell you a story first. In 1985, if you know your history with humanitarian, a change in the world, there was a thing called Live Aid. If you watched Bohemian Rhapsody, you can see it with Queen in Wembley Stadium at the very end where they're raising money. As an athlete back then in 1985, we had a journalist in Ireland that talked 4 Irish athletes to come back to Dublin to run the 4x-mile, and it was during the Live Aid year. And it was a time where everyone was chipping in. It was amazing. The world had just come to a standstill. It has changed the world the way we see it now. Back then in 1985, sports people from all over the world just did a thing for one day and raised money. We came out that day, we broke the world record. Nobody was charged entrance into the stadium. There's thousands of people there, and they went around with white buckets collecting money. And it was for Ethiopia and the Sudan area, for the famine times that they had there. It is still one of these hallmarks that I have in my career. It's one of those things that, so much so that in my office, amongst all the Olympians and all the sub-4-minute milers, I have a tapestry on the wall. And the tapestry on the wall is signed by each of the individual athletes that broke the world record that day, that still stands today, some 35 years later. 5 years ago, I got a call, and it was a recruiting call, and it was from a young boy in Australia. Immediately you think it's going to be an Australian. And he said, this is a young boy who is an orphan from Ethiopia. And he has been adopted by a humanitarian worker, Maria. He's a good runner, and I think we should come to the US. And so it got brokered, and we figured it out. He never did a visit, never came to Villanova, arrived, came into my office, all wide-eyed, some 4 years ago, 5 years ago. It's hard to tell with COVID. And as he looked around, I'm thinking he's going to be impressed by the pictures of the Olympians and the sub 4 minute milers. And he looks up at the wall and he says, where's that from? And I said, that's a tapestry that I got for breaking the world record in 1985 with 3 other athletes. And he said, that's where I'm from. That tapestry represents where I live. At that moment in my life, I never felt a point where I never felt at home at coaching more than that day. And sometimes when we talk about winning, and Father Peter talks about winning, and we talk about winning, and we talk about money, and we talk about, you'll never be fulfilled until you feel that moment of why you're doing what you're doing, why you have a sense of purpose. And on that particular day, I knew I was where I needed to be, which is at Villanova. Haftu Strenzo arrived at Villanova and stayed all 4 years. He was an inspiration to the team. And if you've been following history in the last 3 years, there's been a civil war, so to speak, in Tigray in Ethiopia. So you have the Ethiopian Federalists from the south and you have Eritrea from the north. In the last 3 years, almost 600,000 innocent people have been slaughtered through genocide and war. And throughout that time, Haftu was on the team. He seemed always to be troubled, always worried about his family, because in spite of the fact that he was Australian and grew up in Australia from high school years, he still had cousins, he had relatives back at Tigray. And in fact, one of his cousins was killed during that war. There were wars of crime, it was genocidal. And it's been in the news. If you're following it, it's been a tragedy in the last number of years. Throughout that time, he has served as an inspiration for me, and I know for the team, and I know for many of people that have got to meet him throughout the athletic department down on campus. He has, as much as he's been troubled, it is amazing what he has overcome to accomplish a degree in electrical engineering. He is a 2-time Big East cross-country winner and outdoor 5,000-meter winner. And along with that, he has run 6 of the 11 fastest 10,000-meter times in the history of Villanova athletics in our program. And throughout the inspiration, he never lost sight of why he was here. He had a much, much greater sense of purpose. When Maria dropped off the gift for me last week, and in the note, it was beautiful to read, because in the note he was meant to be here, and I know he was here for a reason. In finishing, I would like to say I am so fortunate and humbled to have played a small part in his life's journey, and I hope that you have had the opportunity, some of you through the athletic department academic support, and Alison Vanella and Mark Jackson and Lynn Ty. I know you're all aware of Haftu, but it's been a privilege for me and an honor to have been associated with this young gentleman in the last 4 years. And I can only say I'm blessed to have had him in my life. And I am so honored to be standing here presenting him with the Mary Margaret Cribben Award tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for such kind words, Marcus. I just want to say this is more a recognition of the suffering and the trauma, but at the same time, the determination and resilience of the people that I represent here at Villanova and also around the world in Australia. My family, my mother is here for graduation. and she has had such an influence on me. She is my idol. She's sacrificed so much of her time and effort for so many people without asking nothing in return. And I just want to say thank you so much, Marcus. Without you, I wouldn't have made it this far. And also the Villanova cross country and track teams, especially the men's team. I want to thank you guys so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
How about that? Yeah, congrats again, Victoria. Have to. Now I'd like to bring up our head golf coach, Jim Wilkes, and head women's rowing coach, Carissa Adams.
All right, congratulations to the class of 2023. And I also want to make sure that I thank Father Peter, Mark, Lynn, and especially Janine Shao. So this group is a really special group. I was sitting here realizing that this was actually their first normal season since they've been here. And so we made it, we got through. We just finished our conference championship, and every single one of them were able to make a boat and compete in that championship. So I would like to bring them up here. We have Cara Dempsey, Ellie Falk, Olivia Frizzell, Sheila Joyce, Olivia Kraus, Sophia Lopez, Madeline McCarthy, Kalechi Onibo, Alex Petrozzi, Caroline Shea, and Erin Welch.
I'd like to start with just a quick thank you to Brian Murray and Brian Beecham, who stepped in and filled a tremendous void as our sport administrators this year. It was the first time in 20 years that the golf team wasn't led by Father Hagen, and I know you all know him, and you all know what a loss it is not having him around every day. So thank you so much to both of you for stepping in, helping lead this team. And again, as you've heard, not only did they just get by with another good year, they set records on the golf course, and I think you've heard what we did in the classroom. So really proud of especially these graduates. Kyle Kinane, Jason Lowwater, Matt Minerva, and with us tonight, as you've heard, Luke Alexander.
Okay, next up we have Coach Orchard back up and Coach Mulvey from our baseball program.
Congrats again to all the graduates here. It's been awesome watching you guys compete and get after it on the field and especially support each other. I again wanted to thank Father Peter, Mark, Allison Vanellis, our sport administrator, for doing everything they do for us. Obviously, up here to thank these 4 awesome seniors. I'm so grateful and thankful and proud for everything that they've done. They've played in a championship game every year that they've played, winning 2 championships. We just came up short on Saturday, but they were in the championship game every year, which is super impressive. So I just want to thank them for everything that they've done, and I'll name them now. Danny Dabrowski, Allie Jones, Chloe Smith, and Victoria Sebastian.
Keep the short, just dragging on a little bit. Thank you to everybody here for showing up to practice, showing up to lift, showing up to everything that us crazy coaches made you do, even when you didn't agree with it. So thank you for that, and congratulations. My guys, Zach Camp, Paul Cook, Chick DeGaetano, Luke DeZados, Sal Fusco, Pete Giambetti, Steve Grober, AJ Hansen, Cabot Mayer, Luke Mutz, Jack O'Reilly, Jack Povey, Brandon Siegenthaler, Cole Vanderslice, and John Hooley.
Okay, and from our men's tennis team, Coach Adams, and women's tennis, Coach Reidinger.
Just want to say, these guys, all you guys, probably had one of the roughest freshman years that I could ever imagine. And these 2 guys, when everything was spiraling out of control, you know, every day they brought a smile, and they put a smile on my face and kept me going. So this year, 2023, we got William Gaddy and Justin J-Dog Suarez.
Congratulations to all our senior athletes tonight on a successful college career. For women's tennis, we have Taylor Gould and Caitlin Fisher, who couldn't be here tonight. And the last of us is Amanda Rivera. I think I'm deaf in my right ear because I was sitting next to her. You probably heard her earlier. Congratulations, Amanda.
Okay, lacrosse up next. Coach Corrado, Coach Batchelor.
All right, Coach Corrado said he's going to bring it home, so we have big things in store from you. When I think of this group, the class of 2023, I think of resiliency, all of that you guys have gone through with COVID, but especially my crew, you know, going through a coaching change. But when I think of the impact that you have had on this team, I am so proud. I'm so proud to introduce all of you. You know, they have led with kindness and joy and energy and fierceness, and I'm so proud of what they've accomplished on the field because they have led our program to the most wins in program history and have absolutely laid the foundation for what it means to be a really great teammate, a great leader, and an amazing lacrosse player, and I'm so proud of all of you. So I'd love to introduce the class of 2023 for women's lacrosse. Olivia Conquest, Molly Dunphy, Catherine Field, Addie Fisher, Nina Manello, Kara Moreau, Harriet Overend, Kate Springer.
Good evening. I get the pleasure of going last. So, Father Peter, I guess I have to say thank you, right? Thank you for everything. But on a serious note, when we recruit, when we meet with a family, we always talk to them about that this is not, your decision if you come to Villanova is not a 4-year decision, it's a lifetime decision. And the 4 years go by really, really fast. And next thing you know, you've graduated. And that's where the class of 2023 is just about to happen here in a few days. And you'll join myself, Marcus, and a whole bunch of coaches here as proud alums of Villanova University. And you're about to join a really, really passionate group. Sometimes a little too passionate, but on a serious note, congratulations, and I welcome you to the other side here as an alum of the school. And you'll stay connected for the rest of your lives. It's an incredible group that you're about to join. As for my 8 guys over there, they've had an incredible 4 years here. Every single year, they've been part of a team that's been ranked in the top 20. They got as high as number 6 in the country this year, and had an incredible run over the course of the last 8 years, and I can't thank them enough for everything they did for our program. My 8 seniors are Gavin Burke, Justin Clark, Justin Coppola, Gavin Durham, Stevie Jones, Sam Parkinson, Mason Reale, and Jonathan Taylor. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for being patient through all that. Each year, the athletics department selects one member of the graduating class to be the featured speaker at this great event. This year, Olivia Krause, a senior on our women's rowing team, has been selected to speak on behalf of the student-athlete class of 2023. Hailing from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Olivia will graduate this weekend with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science with minors in Gender and Women's Studies and Global Health from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Olivia is a 4-year member of the women's rowing team and was a recipient of the 21-22 Colonial Athletic Association Leadership and Sports Excellence Award for women's rowing. As a student athlete, she has been a foundational leader of our Unitas Women's Empowerment Group, paving the way for events and celebrations highlighting women in sport. As a campus leader, Olivia served as a student ambassador for the Ann Welsh McNulty Institute for Women's Leadership, where her work focused on women in sports and leading the collaborative efforts around Villanova University's National Girls and Women's in Sports Day celebration. Let's give a warm welcome to Olivia Krause as she'll offer her remarks on behalf of the class of 2023.
Thank you, Mark, for your kind words. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here tonight. My name is Olivia Kraus, and I am a senior captain on the women's rowing team. I would like to personally welcome all of our family and friends watching from home, our coaches, athletic department administrators, staff members, and of course, my fellow student athletes as we celebrate the class of 2023 and reflect upon our time here at Villanova. As I stand here this evening, I am filled with an overwhelming sense of gratitude, pride, and accomplishment. It is a great honor to represent my fellow senior student athletes and to share with you my thoughts on this special occasion. When I reflect upon our time here at Villanova, 3 words come to mind when characterizing our shared experience: resiliency, progress, and passion. Let's first consider resiliency. Beginning during our freshman year, the pandemic hit when many of us were beginning our spring seasons. Months of training and hard work were halted, and we were unable to compete. Mere words cannot describe our disappointment in the sudden loss of our seasons and the countless hours of training we spent to prepare for a season that never came. Beyond some of us losing our seasons, all of us lost our final moments with our beloved seniors who served as many of our first role models on campus and on our respective teams. The start of COVID occurred at a time when many of us felt like we had finally settled in and adjusted to the demands of college life and to our sports. As we returned home for the following months, we all waited anxiously to learn about the state of our world and how we were ever supposed to go about our daily lives with so much looming uncertainty. The summer of 2020 was especially challenging, with the murder of George Floyd causing outrage and protests across the country. His death alongside Breonna Taylor and Ahmaud Arbery's early that year were a reminder that injustices still exist and are ever so prevalent within our country. As we returned to campus the following fall, the pandemic continued to significantly disrupt our college experience, both as students and as athletes. As athletes, we had to practice in small pods, socially distanced, wearing masks, and many of our outside competitions were put on pause that semester. As students, we attended virtual classes from the isolation of our dorm rooms. We lived in constant fear that athletics would shut down, or worse, that we would be sent home if the number of COVID cases reached a certain threshold on campus. Despite the state of the nation and the past and ongoing challenges, our community at Villanova grew from each one and became more resilient as a whole, quickly adapting to any challenge that we faced, in doing so with grace and with hope. This leads me into my second word to describe our shared experience: progress. The death of George Floyd and others sparked racial justice reform and continued activism globally. This push for activism and advocacy was brought to the Villanova athletic community, and Unitas was born. We have seen throughout our time here at Villanova just how instrumental and transformational Unitas has been within our athletics community. Currently with 6 affinity groups and plans to create more in the coming years, Unitas has promoted diversity, equity, and inclusion within all spaces on campus. Many of us here have been involved in Unitas throughout our time at Nova and have worked to make our athletics community a better place for those currently at Villanova and for those who will come after us. We have had difficult conversations with leaders across campus and within athletics to advocate for what we need and how we can make our community more inclusive and equitable. Due to our efforts, as well as those within the athletic department who have guided us and supported us, we have one of the most robust athletic DEI initiatives in the nation. Again, this push for change and advocacy began with us and those who came before us, and throughout our time here at Villanova, we have made Villanova athletics a better, more welcoming, and inclusive environment for those who will come after us. We have also seen progress in other ways. We have seen more support for women's teams from fans, donors, and leaders within the athletic department. I think back to this winter when our athletics community rallied behind our women's basketball team as they had a record season, and we attended their second sold-out game since 2004 in the Finn against UConn. Another example of this attention and investment in women's sports at Nova is from my own team. As Villanova announced this spring, the purchase of a nearly $12 million property to build a brand new boathouse. The attention given to women's sports at Villanova is steadily increasing each year. And in the past 4 years, we have seen such a significant change. Villanova athletics does not just value individual growth and personal progress, but also the progression of our community as a whole, and values inclusivity and advocacy. This brings me to a final word to describe our shared experience as Villanova athletes: passion. Few get to play their sport at the collegiate level, and even fewer get to be Villanova athletes. Everyone in this room has an immense passion, not only for their sport, but for Villanova. This is evident from the way that our respective teams continue to dominate on the field, on the court, on the water, around the track, and in the pool. All of us have contributed to some of the best athletic programs in the country, and we continue to outperform other schools. Throughout our time at Villanova, we have all found success on our respective teams. Our women's swim and dive team just captured its 10th consecutive Big East title this winter. In the fall of 2021, our football team were CAA conference champs. This winter, our women's basketball team made it to the Sweet 16 basketball tournament for the first time in 20 years. Our women's softball team won their first Big East conference championship in 2021 and then again in 2022. Our men's cross country team won its 8th Big East title in the fall as well. While these are just a few successes from the past few years, each of us found success every day at practice through showing up consistently and always giving our all to our sport and to our teams. While each of us come from vastly different personal and athletic backgrounds, we are all united around the same things: our resilience, progress, and passion. Villanova Athletics has provided an incredible framework for us all, and we have all become stronger, smarter, and better people from it. Thank you, Mark, for overseeing this incredible department, all of the amazing sport administrators that work with our teams, our coaches, our trainers, and all other staff members that have made our experience here so amazing. For whatever is next, I'm confident that we will stay anchored to this community and give back to the programs that have offered so much to us all. My experience here has been such a gift, and I'm excited to see who we all become throughout our lives. To my fellow senior student athletes, congratulations on graduating, and thank you, Villanova, for the best 4 years. Thank you.
Thanks, Olivia. Great job. Great job. Each year, Villanova Athletics recognizes 2 outstanding student athletes from its graduating class. One male and one female senior are named Villanova's Senior Student Athletes of the Year, the highest honor Villanova Athletics bestows upon its student athletes. The 2 individuals we honor tonight have both excelled in the classroom and in competition. Individually, they have made significant contributions to their teams and to Villanova University as a whole. The award winners have both established themselves as true leaders on their teams and ultimate competitors as athletes. As representatives of the class of 2023, the 2 winners have exhibited a true passion for Villanova. They have led their individual teams during their time on campus, and their dedication and commitment to excellence will leave a lasting impact on their programs for many, many years to come. It's now time to present the award for our female Senior Student Athlete of the Year. This student athlete has helped lead her team to new heights during the past 4 years. She has earned all region, all conference honors individually, has been a part of 2 Big East championships and 2 trips to an NCAA regional. This year, her team had another outstanding season and was the Big East runner-up. In the classroom, she is a 4-time member of the Big East All-Academic Team and 5-time selection to the Athletic Director's Honor Roll. She's graduating this week with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing and is a 2-time Dean's List honoree. She'll be returning for a 5th year and has been accepted to the Masters of Science in the nursing program. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to our female Senior Student Athlete of the Year from softball, Chloe Smith.
Some words that I would use to describe Chloe Smith would be passionate, hardworking, dedicated, and committed, and just an overall Villanovan.
Some words I would use to describe Chloe is most definitely fierce, a competitor, extremely loyal.
The thing that Chloe has that I think is unique to her, she's one of a kind kid. I mean, she does it on the field and off the field. She's just such a competitor, which I know obviously a lot of athletes are competitive, but I think she takes it to the next level where she earns the respect of all of her teammates, of her coaches, of even her opponents. I think that her work ethic on the field is second to none, and that includes practices.
She puts in the extra work, extra reps before the games, after the games, before practice, after practice, and to me, it just really stands out as part of one of her main character traits. That's just really astounding.
She's always pushing those around her as well as pushing herself, and that's what's led Villanova to be successful, is because we have people like Chloe who day in and day out, they show up and put in the time and effort, and when it comes down to it, you know, everyone's going to want to perform for Chloe because she's always got their back.
Chloe embodies what it means to be a Villanovan and what she does in her everyday life. I mean, she's a nursing major, obviously she started on the softball team, and I think she gives back to others. She's very caring. She has a ton of concern for her teammates, for her coaches, for the program. She's always looking out what's best for everybody, not just for herself. So I think that makes her unique and obviously a Villanovan because she cares about everybody and everything that goes into her.
They're one of my favorite things that we've done for the past few years is after the championship game is over, we do this thing where I pick her up and I hug her and I spin her around, and it's just a really emotional and a moment that is just unbelievably thrilling. So that's definitely a favorite memory of mine with Chloe.
Chloe's leadership is amazing, it means so much to our program. She's actually set the culture of this championship program that we have, and I base that back to her coming in as a freshman, leading the team. You know, obviously as a freshman, you're not gonna be a vocal leader, but she was kind of a quiet confidence leader behind the scenes. She started every game since she's been here. I think that helps with the underclassmen now that she is a senior. They look up to her, but I think even as a freshman, her coming in, her leadership just shone right from the beginning. I think Chloe's legacy when she leaves here, she'll leave as one of the best to ever put on a Villanova softball uniform. She was the first to help lead us to a Big East championship, and then we went back-to-back championships, and also in the classroom, she's a nursing major, and she's top-notch, over a 3.5 GPA, so she's one that carries it both on and off the field, and is just a great teammate as well.
Chloe Smith, come on up. Speech. Speech. Come on, come on.
I did not mean to come up that early. That was embarrassing. I would like to say thank you so much to Coach Bridget, Coach Chelsea, Coach Gabby. I don't know where I would be without you guys. You guys push me to be my best every single day at every practice. And also a special shout out to all my teammates, but especially to this senior class. I don't know where I'd be without you guys. You're my best friends, and I'm gonna miss you next year. And thank you to my parents who aren't here yet, but my sister, love you, thanks for being here. And yeah, thank you all.
Okay. Next up, Male Student Athlete of the Year. This individual's a 3-time All-American, a 7-time Big East champion during his Villanova career. Just this past weekend, he became the 4th athlete in school history to win the same individual event at the Big East Championships at least 5 times. During his undergraduate career, he's competed at the United States Olympic trials, been a regional athlete of the year, a school record holder, a Penn Relays champion. When it comes to his academic pursuits, he is a 4-time selection to the Big East All-Academic Team and a 5-time member of the Athletic Director's Honor Roll. He's going to graduate with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Communications, is a 4-time Dean's List honoree. Last year, he was the recipient of a Big East Scholar Athlete Sport Excellence Award. He'll be returning for a 5th year next season while pursuing a graduate degree. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our Male Senior Student Athlete of the Year from our track and field cross-country team, Sean Dolan. Please turn your attention to the screen.
Some words I would use to describe Sean are the fact he's hardworking, he's driven, and he's competitive.
A word that comes to mind when I think of Sean as a student athlete is total commitment, not only to himself but to his team. I think what makes Sean an elite student athlete is his confidence, but his personality is made up of a person who's very caring, and caring insofar as about his own training, about his own way of approaching things, but also caring about his own teammates.
Sean embodies what it means to be a Villanovan by recognizing those who came before him and the importance placed on the value of tradition. Sean knows all the records, he knows all the alumni that passed through these great walls and ran on the track, and he knows every time he puts on that Villanova uniform that what it means for those and for his family and everyone around him.
I think he's a good guy, you know, and I have to say that I enjoy the conversations with him. I enjoy the conversations about running. He's got enough confident arrogance, if you want to call it that, and I mean that in a good way, that elects himself to be the best that he can possibly be. And I think he goes out there with an intention of, I'm going to be the best that I can be right now. And he does it from the gun.
Sean's greatest leadership quality is his ability to connect with every single individual on our team, his ability to keep things lighthearted. Our sport is quite serious sometimes, and Sean always makes sure he can get a laugh out of everyone, which is a testament to his true leadership.
My favorite memory of Sean, I have to say, is before he ever came to Villanova. It was during the recruiting weekend. He came in for a day. I honestly didn't think he was interested in Villanova. Nothing eventful. He just went home, and that night he called me, and I said, he forgot something. So I pick up the phone. He goes, hey, Coach, I'm good to go. And that was it. And I said, what do you mean you're good to go? He says, I'm coming. And I go, well, don't you need time to think about it? And he said, no, I'm good. And I go, well, take the night. Now, that was a stupid thing to do, but at the same time, I thought it was good for him. And it revealed to me how committed he was to a destiny, whatever that destiny was going to be, and it was going to include Villanova. And I had a very, very good feeling he was going to achieve a lot of stuff while he was here.
When Sean leaves Villanova, he will have a rich legacy, one that consists of him being one of the greatest to wear the Villanova V on his chest. He'll also be remembered for being a fantastic student, and on top of that, remembered as a fantastic team player. Given the history and the legacy of the program itself, I think Sean is making an enormous contribution. I think he's going to leave the program in a much better place than when he got here, and that's as much as you can ever ask for an athlete.
Sean Nolan.
Just want to say thanks to Marcus for the opportunity. Thanks to my teammates for making this place, one of the best places in the world. I say all the time, we're living the dream here, and, big shout out to coaches, teammates, trainers, everybody, and a big shout out to my parents and my brother for watching this. Yeah, thanks, appreciate it.
Just so you know, Sean's not done yet, right? This is the guy, he's going to go on to NCAA regionals, he's going to go on to nationals, so let's keep paying attention over the next couple weeks. Okay. At this time, as we end our celebration, I'd like to welcome Father Rob Hagan, Prior Provincial of the Province of St. Thomas of Villanova, to offer our benediction. Thanks, Father Rob.
Thank you, Mark. Congratulations to all of you. My new role, and Father Peter and all my Augustinian brothers, we're not just grateful for all the many ways in which you represent Villanova University, but for all the many ways in which you embody our Augustinian values. And all the places you go and travel around the world, people understand who we are, not just by the way you play, but the way you live. And so we are very grateful. And so we say thank you, and we pray for you. Good and gracious God, we thank you for your universal call to serve. You remind us that it is not so much what we achieve as much as what we overcome with you and one another. You challenge us to ask, to seek, and to knock. And we do so trusting in your providential care and guidance. Bless these hard-working student athletes, their parents, and family and friends. We thank you for the resilience and focus through challenging times. Help them to find what they are searching for. Protect them. Lead them. Fill them with your fire. Fill them with the desire in all that they do to take their many talents and gifts that you have bestowed on them in a way that will help them flourish and grow and move forward into this beautiful world to help make it better. We thank you for the many blessings, most especially the people, the friendship, and the spirit that ties us all together. Let us take what we have been given and boldly make a difference in other people's lives, the way you have made a difference in ours. And we make this prayer in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Father Rob. As our evening comes to a close, I'd like to take a moment again to thank all of our student athletes for everything you've given to Villanova and will continue to give in the years to come as Villanova alumni. Our goal as administrators and as head coaches here will always be to graduate complete student athletes that have a love and connection to Villanova for the rest of their lives. I hope we did that for you. I hope we provided that for you. And most importantly, I hope that you feel you will come back here as often as you possibly can to take part in what we're doing. Stay on us. Hold us accountable. You guys have left your mark, and now we want to raise the bar. I can't thank you all enough. Enjoy every moment of the next few days and being together. Thank you all so much. Have a great night.